this or I'm done. Something important happened at the end of the second month. We became executives in Nu Skin. I didn't know what that really meant at the time. That's the first leadership position, and I found out what that meant when the next check came. Because the next check went up 5 times in 1 month. It was $5,500. And then the next month, it went to $8,300. And the next month, it was $13,000. And the next month was $17,000. And by Christmas, that year it was $21,000. And we split it. And so now I'm back to making about what I'm used to making in my real estate business every month. And so we didn't go bankrupt. You know, we made it. And in January, it was like, let's just go for it. Let's just, press the pedal down. And so we just redoubled our efforts, and it was $28,000 in January. And then it went to $37,000. And then it took a big jump in March to $57,000. And then it went to $71,000. And in the 12th month, it went to $99,641.28. And I will never forget that number as long as I live. You know why? Because when I started Nu Skin, I wrote down 3 goals. And I wrote them on a piece of paper, and I made my own little flip chart, because Nu Skin didn't have a flip chart. And so I made up this little homemade flip chart that I would pitch everybody on when I would tell them about Nu Skin. And it had one of those plastic covers where you could slide your own paper in the front of the flip chart, the 3-ring binder, and I put my goal sheet in there. So every time I pulled that thing out to pitch somebody, I'd see those goals, and I'd read them. I'd glance at them. And the first goal said, make $100,000 a month within 1 year of joining Nu Skin. What a crazy goal. I had no business even writing it down. And I only wrote it down for one reason. What do you think that was? Right, my brother-in-law said he was going to make $100,000 in this business, right? A month, and I thought I can't let my brother-in-law make it without me making it. Only reason I wrote it down, honestly. I didn't know what it was going to take to pull that off. And some of you were in this business for a while, and you think, well, I'm not making that kind of money. What's wrong with me? Don't feel bad. I already paid my dues. I spent 4 years in 2 other companies that both went bankrupt, learning what to do, learning how to do this business. And this business is no different than any other business. You have to acquire a certain skill set. And the faster you can do that, the better off you're going to be. So that's where I started, and it's gone on from there. It's just been the most amazing ride that I could have gone on in my life. I've seen the entire world nearly because of this company. 50+ countries, friends in all these cities, all over the world. I can almost go anywhere and just pick up the phone and go have dinner, and stay at their house if I have to, whatever I need to do. It has been the most amazing experience to grow with this company and to see what has happened here. And so tonight, what I'd like to do is talk about these 5 points. These 5 points come from my experience over the last 21 years. I have spoken to literally hundreds of thousands of people. I've had the chance to sit down with people in 50+ countries and have them tell me what they're doing and compare Nu Skin to their venture, their business, their enterprise they're in right now. And so I've had a lot of experience comparing Nu Skin to almost anything else out there, which is why I can say with confidence to you, it's the greatest business you'll ever see. And I'm going to try to point out some of those differences tonight as I talk about these 5 points. I hope you have a pen and a piece of paper. I hope you write down the 5 points. I hope you make one note of one key thing that I say about each one of those 5 points as we go through it tonight. We're going to have to go pretty fast because we're going to get out of time here. Why is Nu Skin growing so fast? 15 record quarters in a row. We're a publicly traded company. You can go verify that. This year, a record year, last year, 2009, we reported $1.3 billion in sales worldwide in the company. Record year. Our biggest year ever. Right in the face of the worst global recession that the world's seen in pretty much all of our lifetimes. Most companies are flat or down in the last 3 years. Why is Nu Skin going straight up? That's a good question. We should answer the question, what is causing that to happen in the midst of some of the toughest economic times globally that we've ever been through? And we just reported a record first quarter for this year. And we're going to report in a couple of weeks, likely, another record second quarter again. And that'll make it 16 quarters in a row. It's amazing what's going on in this company. And we're going to give you some answers about why we're expanding and what that means. Here's the 5 points. Quickly, I'll just brief them and then we'll go through them. market trends. The most important thing that you need as an entrepreneur is you need to identify the big trends in the economy. That is critical. If you don't have the trends, it's going to be a lot harder to make it happen. If you have the trends, it's like swimming downstream, like going with the current instead of trying to swim upstream. Number two, you've got to have unique and exclusive products and technologies. You've got to have products in this kind of an industry, folks, that people cannot find anyplace else. If the same product you're trying to sell in your network marketing company is for sell down at the grocery store, you're going to have a tough time. Very difficult. Number three, you got to have powerful partnerships. And we have a partnership that we're going to talk about tonight with this company called Nu Skin. Now that sounds like a little strange. Like, what do you mean? Aren't you Nu Skin? No, we're distributors. And I'm a distributor. I don't work for Nu Skin. I don't get a salary. I'm not a corporate employee. I'm exactly like you. I sat in the same exact chair like you're sitting in, 21 years ago when I got recruited into this company. All I've done is the same thing I'm asking you to do. I get paid under the same compensation plan you get paid under. No different. Okay? Only difference, I'm 21 years ahead of you. That's all. Okay? So, powerful partnerships. Four, proven compensation. If you're going to do this business, it'll be hard enough that you've got to know that when you get there, that you'll be able to be paid what you're worth. And you'll see some extraordinary facts about our compensation tonight. And lastly is timing. And we all know that timing is everything in life. You've got to be at the right place, the right time, the right opportunity. And if those planets line up and you're willing to put in your effort and energy, then you can pull it off. You can do something extraordinary. Okay, let's go back and talk about number one. And you'll always see, upper left-hand corner, it'll tell you which point I'm on. All right, so you don't get lost. I hate to have you be lost during this presentation. Here we go. We are in the anti-aging business. We have identified the anti-aging trend as one of the major trends in the economy. This thought, this notion of anti-aging is a relatively new notion in terms of being able to actually do it. Yeah, forever, since Cleopatra, people have wanted to look young and look beautiful and stay young, right? People have wished for immortality, right, for a long time. We all get old. We all are going to age, and that's just been a fact of life. And even at the turn of the century, 100 years ago, back in 1900, the life expectancy wasn't even long enough that many people got many wrinkles. Okay? So this is in the last 100 years, a pretty new notion that, and really the last 30 or 40 years, a really new notion that people could somehow anti-age. They could actually preserve the way they look and preserve their youth. And there's a whole bunch of factors that are causing this to happen. Right now, if you look at the products, the marketplaces that make up the anti-aging movement, it's about $170 billion. And these are everything from health clubs and day spas to Nike shoes to go work out in and walk and run in to personal trainers, to aerobics classes, to cosmetic surgery, to Botox, to whatever you want to name, all right? All those things make up this anti-aging marketplace today where people are doing what they can do to live longer, live better, stay younger. Relatively new concept. So that marketplace is going to grow significantly. In the next 19 years, it's going to go to about 420 billion from 170. It's going to almost triple in size in the next 19 years. When you look at a trend that you're going to build your future on for yourself and your family, you don't want to mistake it for a fad. Okay, you don't want to mistake a fad, I should say, for a trend, right? Fads are things that come and go. They last a year or 2 years and then they're gone. That's not something you can build your future on. You got to be able to spot long-term trends in the economy that are going to be there for decades. Because then you can really position yourself and you can ride the movement of those trends. Remember, the trend is your friend. You've got to spot the trends. As entrepreneurs, one of the most important things is having a vision that you can look out there ahead of yourself and see the big trends in the economy before they're obvious to everybody else. And then get yourself positioned in front of them. What does it mean to position yourself? If you don't get in position, you can't catch the trend. You can't go for the ride. You've got to get in position first. Like what? Well, in normal terms, you would have to go out, get your idea. Let's say it's an anti-aging idea, raise money, write your business plan, Get the people involved, do all the product development, do the manufacturing, prove it up, get in the market, do the marketing, be the lawyer, be the CEO, be the whole thing. Build a deal. Get the deal ready to go so it can ride the trend. You don't have to do any of that here. It's all done. Everything's done. All you have to do is one thing. Involve yourself and open your mouth. Because the products are done, the manufacturing's done, the company's done, the legal's done, the marketing's done, the compensation's done, everything's done. Okay, that's why more people can succeed here, because you don't have to be an expert at everything. This isn't a startup. You do one thing. That's all you have to do. And what you do is you grab this surfboard called Nu Skin, and you surf one of the biggest waves you'll ever ride in your life. That's the trend. That's how you catch the wave, folks, right here. Okay, with this company. It's position. You can get positioned by involving yourself in it. We get it. We can see what's going to go on the next 2 decades, the next 20 years. It's straight up. Before Nu Skin, you had 3 choices to try to look younger. You could cover it up. That's called makeup. You could inject it. That's called Botox, or some other such thing. Okay, or you could cut it. That's called plastic surgery, right? Cover it up, inject it, cut it. Those were only choices. Now there's a whole new choice. Now there's this whole new anti-aging choice that is all natural. You'll look a lot better when it's all said and done. You'll look all chopped up. Okay? You look better. You look natural. Less painful. Less expensive. It's better all the way around. It really works. So, you're going to see that as we go through it. How do you spot a trend, folks? Trends are interesting. There's like these little streams that start to develop in the economy. People come up with ideas, little products, little concepts that start to get traction, and all of a sudden these streams start to flow together. You start to see commonality among all these little streams, and it becomes a huge river eventually. There's a few really big trends in the economy, and then the next question is, can you play in the trend? You know, right now in the U.S., there's a trend that's just crazy, huge. It's gone nuts. It's UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles. You know, we're fighting 2 wars, right? So the U.S. government is spending billions and billions and billions and billions and billions buying these unmanned airplanes that can, you know, take pictures, shoot missiles and all this stuff, and some guys back in the bat and flying them on a joystick, right? Over Iraq or Afghanistan. Can you play in that trend? That trend's going straight up. Can you play? No, sorry. You don't have hundreds of millions. You didn't win the government contract. You don't have 500 engineers or 5,000 engineers at your disposal to build those things, do you? You can't get position, so you can't even play in that trend. So once you spot a trend, you got to say, can I play? Folks, you can play in this trend because of Nu Skin. You can get position. You can play. You can catch the trend. Look at this demographic right here. Today, there's 500 million people that are over age 65 in this world. That's the first time that's ever happened. People never lived that long before. That's projected to go over 8 billion people over 65 in the next 20 years. Straight up for the next 20 years. There's some unique things that are causing this to happen. One, medical science has now got some discoveries that are helping us to live longer and longer and longer. So we're living longer than ever before in history. But at the same time, people are having fewer children than ever before. And so those 2 facts are skewing the average age of the global population. The whole world population is getting older on average every year. And as people now live so much longer, there's this big demand to look better longer. And that just continues to drive the growth of the anti-aging trend. So we are going to dominate that trend. Today I say hamburgers, you say McDonald's. I say soda, you say Coca-Cola. And that's like automatic. I say anti-aging and you say Nu Skin. Okay, well, you guys say Nu Skin, but the whole world out there doesn't say it yet. I say anti-aging to the world and they kind of go, I don't know. They don't know who's anti-aging. It's like